Welcome to channel Make your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrate to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side, so once we have all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now, if you really like our channel and our content, why don't you do a little bit of a sponsorship, perhaps just to click on the super chat, in which the YouTube had actually opened up, enabled for us, and those little bit of the sponsorship will actually contribute to all the contents and creatings, all these information update to you free and in this channel. Okay, now there's has been a while since the state and territory opened up all their criteria, and also the subclass 189. The day, yesterday or the day before, there has been another rain, wow, of 189 visa. We're gonna check that out today, and also all the updates and information. I've got 3 news articles to read through with you today and discuss, and also, well, government of Victoria have published some information as well. Let's check them all out in this video. It's going to be a little bit lengthy, but a lot of information. I think it will be very fruitful for you and your friend, maybe, if they are interested about migrating to Australia. Okay, now first of all, we have talked about Mr. Djokovic. Now, here we go, as I had predicted, with the new government, Albanese government. Look at this, Novak Djokovic likely to get the visa. Woo, okay. Now, obviously, for the interest of the national interest of Australia, I think he will definitely get the visa. So again, the titles there. I still think that the government of Australia will firmly confirm that the visa will be reverted and give it back to Mr. Novak Djokovic in order to attend the Australian Open. So that's first of all, and the second information is coming from the Sydney Morning Herald. Let's have a look at this one with the title: Ditch Costly, Restrictive Skill List for Migrants of Health, Speed Up Economy. Well, look, what's happening here? I mean, obviously the backlog caused by the former government and all that. We have gone through the Job and Skills Summit to increase the annual migration quota from 160,000 to 195,000. Yes, but again, you know, speed it up, please, man. The skill shortage is still there, and the inflation rate and things are still rising every now and then. So look, they really need to speed up. Well, my estimation still, because I've been in Australia for long enough to learn that their speed will estimated speed, I think, towards the end of the year and also early next year, everything will be back to normal. But anyway, a lot of people can't wait, and there has been a lot of people just keep on calling. This is the Productivity Commission. Look, they are not a general citizen. It's not a small business anymore. It's the actual commission calling things to speed it up. So, skill shortage list of migrants will be ditched in business given the right to bring workers overseas higher wages under the proposal from the Productivity Commissioner. Now, how would that actually be? There's no actual spec here. Would that actually show if the well, let's have a look at what this contents will continue to say. I think they're focusing on the senior management position. So as a part of a 5-year review economy and the commission focusing innovation, digital technology, business and environment, blah last month's Job and Skills Summit, federal government announcement will increase. Obviously, we all know that already. So what's going to do with the actual skill shortage thing? So Australian priority migration skill occupation list, which has this 44, which obviously including, well, everybody is talking about IT and software engineer, but which is down right here. but it's not actually being speeded up. So how would they actually do it? Some occupation of listed for decades, while commission found that specific job may difficulty switch people from slightly different position, even if they require similar skill. And that is totally correct. For example, they have been scrutinized under, for example, taxation accountants or the management accountants and things like that. If things be a little bit different, they will not be nominated or whatever that's required to go through the visa. So the composition of Australian skill migration intake is the key of determine productivity growth. Employers should have greater capacity to get the higher level skills. But if you have followed my channel long enough, you know that the employment sponsorships, visas, it's just too complicated and time wasteful and money wasteful as well, and that's the problem. So we look at the graph here. What does this actually show? Family stream, child visa, skill stream, and special eligibility, and with a total, which we have the little bit of ditch down there, and the blue one is the skill. Look at that, it's been dropping, and that's exactly what the former government has actually intended to have, and that's now causing the whole issue in Australia. Okay, so they're also talking about the annual payments, should it be raised and things. But again, this article, I think it's paving the way that there is definitely something that the government of Australia is actually doing, but no detail yet. No detail. Okay, next one. Okay, here we go. The Minister of Immigration, Andrew Giles, and with the title says the government has revealed the progress made of tackling massive visa backlog. Well, look, I'm welcome with this article, but has it actually been resolved? Well, not yet. Not yet. I think they're waiting for the budget to actually be released in late October this month, so they have the money to pay for the case officer and pay for the department to actually get things speeded up. We know in the previous news article that the Andrew Giles has actually looking to train I think 500 additional immigration officer. So hopefully everything will be resolved. In a speech at the Migration Institute Australian National Conference in Hobart Wednesday, Andrew Giles revealed the backlog now sits around 880,000 applications. Wow, gosh, 880,000. Look, well, it's better because last time it was about a million or somewhat. But still, I've got a lot of clients who are stuck within this 880,000. Are you stuck in there? Probably there are still many people, because 880,000 is still a lot. Okay, how's the government working to clear the backlog? Okay, anyway, I think will be more staff. Look at this. This is confirmed that job skill summits the government announced will spend 36 million, high at 580. So they're waiting for the money. Without the money, the government cannot work anyway. So they're getting 260 extra staff. He said that 1st June department processed more than 2 million temporary and permanent visa applications, including 1.35 million visitor and student temporary visa skilled workers. But there are still 880,000 left. That's a lot. Okay, Australian Financial Review reports that the 1st June about 2.2 million. Oh gosh, 2.2 million. Now imagine 500. Let's do some calculation here. If I got 2 million and divide by 500 people, one case officer required to digest 4,000 visa application. Can you imagine that? 4,000, and then if we divide that by 300 days, which is the working days a year, every day they need to do 13 applications. Now that's a tough job. I certainly don't want to be there, but I was still looking forward if they can actually get the 880,000 clear, please. Okay, now let's go into the nitty gritty. Is all the skilled migrants love to have look. Now let's jump into the Victoria's website, where they have some information for us. Now, you may wish to search this web page. You can find that out as well. So, obviously, you notice that the government of Victoria has for this year 2022 and 23, they're the only government dropping all the criteria to the to the minimum. It's even easier. I mean, the criteria is much easier compared to South Australia and Northern Territory. But obviously, Victoria is a very competitive state. The required points, as I had predicted, will still land at around 75 to 85. Depends. So let's have the subclass 189, which is the most questioned and queried visa by the state nomination. 9,000 interim places has been allocated. Very good. Have you been allocated? Have you been nominated since then? So in 2022 and 23 program, there has been 18,265 ROI has been received. Now, obviously, there's only about half been processed, and the other half hasn't really been nominated. If we do the calculation correctly, we have nominated 1,173 people to apply for subclass 190 visa. Only that? Wow. But what about this? Interim have been allocated. So they're still processing. Is that what they're trying to say? Okay. So within the 9,000 being processed, only 1,173 people has actually applied. Oh, I don't get that. I mean, was it really hard to actually pass the criteria for Victoria? I think it's just the competition there. 82 has been refused. Okay. And now for 491, there's interim allocation to. I'm sorry. I think what I should get at right is there has been 9,000 being allocated to Victoria, but they received 18,000 ROI, and now they have used only 1,173. I think that's what they're trying to say. But what about all the other 7,000? I don't know. Okay, anyway, for 491, they've got allocated with 2,400. Great. Now, ROI received with 6,000, and there's only 112 people apply. How would that work? What's happening there? Don't know. Let's have a look. Now, they got that places. Have they given that places? Oh, these interim places have been allocated to Victoria, but they haven't used that up. They only use 112 plus the 22 being refused. Is that what they're trying to say? Anyway, it doesn't. Well, don't know. Hey, they have so many quota, but they're not actually using it. Probably a staff shortage, skill shortage in Victoria, perhaps. Not too sure. But that's what's happening there, and the turnaround there is fine. But look at this, pending was selected. So a lot of people is in the pending, and there's only a few, 1,800 people being selected. Why don't they use up all the quota? Don't know. Give them a call, perhaps. Don't know. But anyway, it's quite good. At least the Victoria government is actually showing some stuff. Compared to New South Wales, a lot of people want me to talk about New South Wales, but look, they haven't really provide any updates yet. So not yet. But let's have a look at the federal government, the website of the immigration with the invitation round. Great. There's another rain of 189 visa. Now previously there was 12,000, and a lot of people was coming and talking about, they have used up all the bloody quota. There's no more quota used for subclass 189. Well, unfortunately they were wrong, because what day is this one? 6th of October. They provided another 11,714 subclass 189. So look, a lot of people saying, look, Australian government is not going to work on this one, blah, blah, blah. But I still truthfully believe that the golden age of immigration for Australia has already come. And look at that number there. It's just the state government has not really, from my view, the state government has only received those quota based on the previous former government's plan. the new one hasn't really come. It will really be implemented by end of this month. So I think it will be really fruitful, and those required EOI points would definitely drop. Look at this one. If 189 would drop their minimum points down to 65, why not New South Wales? Why not Victoria? Why not Queensland? Why not South Australia? Isn't it? Okay, so let's have a look. So if you can see, most of the, let me just move this a little bit over. Most of the occupation is landing on the 65 points. It's only some of the 491 require a little bit higher. Don't know, probably they want more skills, probably. And look at this, the electrical engineers, they're all open. A lot of engineers has been receiving 189 visa recently, medical people, and then the neurosurgeons. What's at the side here? The second part is onshore and offshore. So there's still a lot of offshore being invited. Onshore is still not as favored, but I think there's a call for people onshore to actually be processed quicker. And moving downwards, this is all the medical people. Nurses is still the very high demand occupation. No IT. I'm sorry, there's still no IT. Despite the productivity commission saying that the IT people still in need of the demand. I think what they have found out is that there's a lot more IT professions domestically, and those other occupation they probably cannot really source or not enough domestically. So that's where the issue is. So anyway, that's for our updates of the visa news this week. Perhaps you may have some thoughts. Why not leave a comment right down below, and might share this video with your mate as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you next video. Goodbye.